The best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched, they must be felt with the heart. Optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. Nothing can be done without hope and confidence. Never bend your head. Always hold it high. Look the world straight in the eye. Keep your face to the sunshine and you cannot see a shadow. Alone we can do so little, together we can do so much. Walking with a friend in the dark is better than walking alone in the light. What we have once enjoyed we can never lose. All that we love deeply becomes a part of us. Character cannot be developed in ease and quiet. Only through experience of trial and suffering can the soul be strengthened, ambition inspired, and success achieved. The only thing worse than being blind is having sight but no vision. Your success and happiness lies in you. Resolve to keep happy, and your joy, and you shall form an invincible host against difficulties. Everything has its wonders. Even darkness and silence, and I learn, whatever state I may be in, therein to be content. Although the world is full of suffering, it is also full of the overcoming of it. True happiness is not attained through self-gratification, but through fidelity to a worthy purpose. Avoiding danger is no safer in the long run than outright exposure. The fearful are caught as often as the bold. We could never learn to be brave and patient, if there were only joy in the world. Love is like a beautiful flower which I may not touch, but whose fragrance makes the garden a place of delight just the same. We can do anything we want to if we stick to it long enough. So long as the memory of certain beloved friends lives in my heart, I shall say that life is good. What I am looking for is not out there, it is in me. Knowledge is love and light and vision. Life is either a great adventure or nothing. Self-pity is our worst enemy, and if we yield to it, we can never do anything wise in this world. One can never consent to creep when one feels an impulse to soar. The highest result of education is tolerance. The most pathetic person in the world is someone who has sight, but has no vision. When we do the best that we can, we never know what miracle is wrought in our life, or in the life of another. To me a lush carpet of pine needles or spongy grass is more welcome than the most luxurious Persian rug. All the world is full of suffering. It is also full of overcoming. Faith is the strength by which a shattered world shall emerge into the light. It's wonderful to climb the liquid mountains of the sky. Behind me and before me is God, and I have no fears. No one has a right to consume happiness without producing it. It is a terrible thing to see and have no vision. Life is an exciting business, and most exciting when it is lived for others. While they were saying among themselves it cannot be done, it was done. The heresy of one age becomes the orthodoxy of the next. Smell is a potent wizard that transports you across thousands of miles and all the years you have lived. Of all the senses, sight must be the most delightful. The world is moved along, not only by the mighty shoves of its heroes, but also by the aggregate of tiny pushes of each honest worker. It is hard to interest those who have everything in those who have nothing. Of all the senses, sight must be the most delightful. What a blind person needs is not a teacher but another self. Toleration is the greatest gift of the mind. It requires the same effort of the brain that it takes to balance oneself on a bicycle. College isn't the place to go for ideas. My share of the work may be limited, but the fact that it is work makes it precious. Strike against war, for without you no battles can be fought, no matter how dull, or how mean, or how wise a man is. He feels that happiness is his indisputable right. As selfishness and complaint pervert the mind, so love with its joy clears and sharpens the vision. Many people know so little about what is beyond their short range of experience. They look within themselves, and find nothing. Therefore they conclude that there is nothing outside themselves either. Security is mostly a superstition. It does not exist in nature, nor do the children of men as a whole experience it. Avoiding danger is no safer in the long run than outright exposure. Life is either a daring adventure or nothing. It is wonderful how much time good people spend fighting the devil. If they would only expend the same amount of energy loving their fellow men, the devil would die in his own tracks of ennui. Once I knew only darkness and stillness. My life was without past or future, but a little word from the fingers of another fell into my hand that clutched at emptiness, and my heart leaped to the rapture of living, the marvelous richness of human experience would lose something of rewarding joy if there were no limitations to overcome. The hilltop hour would not be half so wonderful if there were no dark valleys to traverse.